I love my little sister. Really I do. But I can't help but shake the feeling that she's not always there. And I don't understand what's wrong. Katie was an adorable little girl. I can still remember when we brought her home for the very first time. I was only 5, and while I was jealous of the attention she got, as soon as she said my name as her first word, I knew that I would be there for her whenever I was needed. What kind of a big brother would I be if I didn't? Once she was old enough to play games with me, we were inseparable. Hide and seek was her favorite game.
Sam, where are you?
She would giggle. You have to find me. I can't tell you. I would laugh for a walkie-talkie, a little trick of mine to confuse her. The years went on, and as I hit my teenage years, I wanted to be with my friends more. I never really spent time with Katie.
Sam, do you want to play for a while?
Katie, not now, okay? Maybe not another time.
Oh, okay.
Could it be my fault that she changed? I hear her clattering downstairs and my breathing stops. I need to be quiet. It was only after Katie came and turned 10 that I got worried at first. But it looked like an accident.
Sam, come look.
Katie never shouts, so I ran to her room. What's going on? She was sat with her back to the door, giggling softly to herself. Katie?
Come here and look.
Slowly I walked around her. In her arms was a headless white rabbit. Pure white fur dashed with crimson streaks, much like my little sister's shirt and face. She was ever so slightly smiling. Katie? I swallowed. What happened to Fluffy? She beamed at me.
Fluffy was my friend for when you went around, and I gave him a big hug, and his head went pop.
She giggled. I assumed it was a nervous reaction. I told her to take Fluffy to the garden and quickly wash herself. I then told her dad that a fox must have gotten to Fluffy. Kay didn't get in trouble, but she must have known what she did. The clattering from downstairs has stopped, and now footsteps are coming up the stairs. I swallow. I must be quiet. Kay never shown any signs of major violence as she got older. She got into a few fights, but Katie always said that they started at first. Yet they always came away with deep scratches, bruises, and one child even had a dislocated jaw. Well, she was unscathed.
That's because I learned from you how to be tough.
She would grin at me, eyes shut as she did. But I never got into fights. What was I teaching her? She seemed to be getting better, and everything stopped. Though, until I turned 21 and decided to move away. I wasn't sure where yet. But Katie didn't like it. My 16-year-old sister would cry in my room and tell me I couldn't go. I asked her what would make her happy.
Hide and seek, like when we were little?
She whispered after a long pause. I gave her a hug. Of course. But you're at first. I smiled.
Okay.
She replied. Voice wasn't exactly happy.
I'll ask Mum and Dad to play as well. You hide while I get them, okay?
Really? Okay then. I positioned myself in my favourite spot that I can still fit in, the inside of my wardrobe. And I wait, and I wait, until I hear my mother scream for a brief moment, and then a thud. I wanted to see what had happened, but fear froze me to the spot. The footsteps had continued up the stairs and into my room, stopping in front of my wardrobe. Slowly the doors are pulled open, and I charge out to surprise my intruder. Sharp pain pierces my abdomen, and I fall on top of them.
I found you, Sam.
It's Katie. Katie pushes me off. I'm too stunned to focus. Here is my little sister standing in front of me, doused in blood, a cake knife clutched in her hand, a warm, wet feeling spreading around the bottom of my shirt. My hand comes away bloody. She stabbed me. Katie, what's going on?
Well, I found Dad, and then Mum. Mum made a mess after, and now I found you.
She grinned at me, her eyes wild with anticipation. What did you do?
I played with them, Sam. Don't you worry, I'm going to play with you some more.
She said in a confused tone, as if she thought I didn't follow her thoughts. I try to pick myself up, and she sits on my back and leans forward till her bloody blonde hair is in my eyes and forces me to look up into her wide blue eyes.
Don't you want to play?
She whimpers, tears welling in her eyes. Katie?
Stop lying to me!
She cries. She brings the blade down to my throat hard and drags it along, letting loose a steady flow of red liquid. I gurgle as I begin to drown from my own blood. And as everything goes black, the last thing I see is Katie, my beloved little sister, walking out of my room crying and whispering to herself.
No, no more lying.
I love my sister. Really, I did. And I should have trusted my feelings about her. I'm sorry, Katie. I'm sorry.